Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 64.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
welcome.
yeah. Today, with the start of fall, we decided to talk about the energy of the new season. And we're going to do some cards, read some cards. But first, we just want to chat a little bit about um, what kind of things you can do moving into fall for your energy, preserving your energy and working with the new energy coming. It's kind of crazy energy this week.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
definitely feel the shift. We just had the full harvest moon last week, and you would
Hmm.
think that the energy would be crazy then, but it's kind of interesting because now, as the moon is like waning,
Yeah.
now we're getting this crazy energy. I don't know if
Right.
we have solar flares going on or what,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Electronics are weird
Yeah, like
lately.
internet was in and out all day today, and
Yeah.
phones are weird, and
Yeah, yeah, it's just a strange time right now.
yeah.
But we thought we'd talk about a few things to help you move through it. And also it's harvest time and it's exciting. I love this time of year. It's cooled off. You have cool evenings and warm days usually,
Mhm.
and you can bring out your sweatshirts and don't have to have the air conditioner on all the time, and it just feels good. I love this time of year, except for the hornets buzzing in my driveway, but
There's hornets all summer
right.
long. But now, they're getting ready. I mean, the
They're
honey is getting
yeah,
ready and everything, so
yeah,
they're gonna be a little more active.
yeah. And the squirrels are going crazy. They're digging in my plants and hiding pine cones in my flowers on my front porch. Every day there's a flower laying on the ground and they're crazy at my house. So hopefully that doesn't mean a early snow, but they're starting to
They're
forage and
starting to
hide
forage.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they feel the changing of the seasons just
Yeah.
like we do.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
wonderful thing about this harvest time now is it's the time to celebrate all of the things that have been done. It's time
Yeah.
to complete our work
From the
from the
summer.
summer
Yeah.
and begin the rejuvenation period that we need
Mhm.
before kind of like the big nature sleep.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I came up with a couple paragraphs here. I think I'll read one, you can read the other. How about that?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. So as the leaves begin to change color and the air takes on a crisp chill, nature is preparing our own inner wisdom for the coming winter months of rest and introspection. This seasonal transition can inspire us to do the same within, to slow down our fast-paced entrepreneurial and tech-driven lifestyles, to gather what insights and replenishment we need to sustain us through the colder season ahead.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes, much like the trees absorbing last bursts of nutrients before their dormancy, we would be wise to mine the depths of our own souls for deeper meaning, direction, and rejuvenation. To disconnect occasionally from screens and schedules allows intuition and clarity to surface. Autumn historically has been a time for harvesting both physically and spiritually before the inactivity of winter.
Yeah. So good. And fall, it sometimes is a really busy time if you have kids in sports and everything school is going on again, and because you work there. But it's just but once we get used to those schedules again after summer, everything kind of smooths out, and um there's so many fun things to do in the fall and the harvest time, and there's all kinds of festivals and farmers markets and all that, and apple orchards that you can go to, at least in our area, and a lot of areas have apples, and just fun things, pumpkin patches and
Berry
yeah,
picking.
berry picking and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's fun to be in the community this time of year and to maybe see friends that you haven't seen or catch up with people, and allow yourself time to do that right now and enjoy this time before we head into winter when we're stuck in the house most of the time, or, it's cold, so you don't want to be outside if you don't have to be, and it's dark all the time, and right now, I noticed a difference in the light. It's getting dark earlier, and you feel like, for me anyway, I feel like I'm not getting the stuff I usually get done during the day because it gets dark so early. And it's almost an hour earlier than normal, or well, even 2 hours earlier really than
Right.
midsummer. So it's a hard time. Your body has to adjust to that. And pretty soon our clocks, I don't know if we're still changing clocks this year
I
or
don't know, but
not,
that's gonna make a difference too. I mean, everything kind
right.
of disrupts our rhythm, and so right now it's kind of
Yeah,
like almost a rhythm disruption, but in a way that, if you focus in the right way, if you allow this to be a time of that introspection
right.
and a time to reconnect with others and a time to, reap the harvest and eat that healthy food that's
Yeah,
so available right now.
yeah,
It can be a way to really propel yourself into a positive winter environment where you
yeah,
have more connection as you go into the winter, where you
yeah.
have some really good nourishment in your body for the
Mhm.
winter time, and positive energy to bring with you into
Right,
that winter time that can be a little bit difficult, because up here in the north it gets very dark and it gets
yeah.
very cold, and it can be more difficult for people to maintain that positive energy and
Hmm.
those positive thoughts within themselves. And so if you carry with you from this harvest season into the winter that positive energy, it'll help you immensely to get through that
Yeah,
winter as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's so important to like stock up ourselves,
Mhm.
get that good energy and start preparing for the habits that we want to continue through the winter. Whether it's a journaling practice or a meditation practice, or, you know, gather up some good books that you want to read this winter, and on these cold nights, during the fall, it's just a time to be a little more relaxed and centered, and be in nature as much as we can, because pretty soon we have 3 months of being stuck in the house a lot.
Right.
And I love being outside in the fall because it's, don't have as many bugs, and you don't have it's not hot, you're not sweaty doing
And you have
doing
that
yard
crisp
work.
air
Yeah,
and it
it
feels
feels
fresh and
good.
clean, and
Yeah,
the smell of the leaves
yeah,
falling. Fall is a magical time.
it is, and it's a good time to declutter and, start fresh, so you're going into the winter with new energy, and it just feels kind of like a renewal time for me to be able to, you know, get your house in order and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, I love it. There's so many different things, and remember to stay grounded and be outside and working, and, get your feet in the earth and walk barefoot in your yard if you can, and do things like that so that you're going into winter not already craving those things,
Right.
when we're in fall. So it just feels good to be able to move into that hibernation time to, if you've been doing things along the way, so
Yeah.
you're not missing it so
You've
much.
built yourself up.
Right, yeah,
You've built yourself up, and so you have more resilience
yeah,
going into winter. And
yeah,
that's something that's really important, is resilience. And I don't think it's talked about enough.
no,
And so by building yourself up with all of this physical and spiritual and energetic nourishment,
mhm,
you're building that resilience, not resistance, that resilience
yeah,
for winter, which will kind of help you just keep propelling yourself forward through winter.
mhm,
Because winter could be a beautiful time too of introspection
yeah,
and wonderful, but it just depends on what energy are you bringing with you from this season into the next. And so
yeah,
that's kind of what we're doing now with summer, is we're moving into the fall season, and it'll
yeah,
be interesting to see with all these energy shifts that are happening how it's going to lead into the fall. But I think it's going to be really neat to see. I think it's going to be a beautiful fall. I'm really looking forward to it. You already start to see the leaves start to fall.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
and they're
excited to have a
changing
fall.
colors, yeah, yeah, it's nice, yeah. And you know, there are little projects you can do. I found a little art project today that you can, when you're on a walk, go find some colorful leaves and then you can write affirmation words on them in a gold paint pen and glue them on a poster board or whatever. And just something fun you could do with your kids or with grandkids and, you know, even just for yourself and just have fun with it. And the colors in fall are so beautiful. Everything is gorgeous at this time of year. So think of little things you can do to help get you into the season. And of course, pumpkin spice, everything is here.
Right.
And I love a good cup of coffee, so pumpkin spice is good for me.
I love those warming spices, and that's a way to
Yeah.
treat yourself too, is, you know, just a cup of tea that has warming spices in it.
Right.
You know, I love tea. We both love tea.
Yeah, yeah,
We both love coffee, and I always have warming spices in my coffee every morning. I love
yeah.
cinnamon
I
and
do
clove
too,
and
yeah,
nutmeg and
yeah,
allspice, you know.
yeah.
And so I do that year round. But you
Yeah.
know, a lot of people think of it in the fall of those warming
Mhm.
spices. So
Yeah,
that's another way to treat yourself, is with the aromatherapy or with tea
yeah,
or coffee that kind of brings you that warming
yeah,
delightfulness that you enjoy in the, like, the crisp nights and the crisp
Yeah.
mornings.
yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of essential oils that you can put in your diffuser that smell warm and
Mhm.
cozy and fall like too. And it's just fun to do that and to enjoy the season rather than, oh my God, winter's coming. You know,
Right.
don't think of it that way. Just enjoy each season as it comes and you'll feel more grateful for everything that's coming. And yeah, it's just feels so good. Light candles, do whatever, you know, make it a festive time because it is a festive time.
It is a
You
festive
know, the
time.
holidays are coming. It's fun to decorate for, you know, the different holidays in the fall and winter, and you can have fun doing that.
I think one of the most important pieces, and we talked about this before, is just staying present in what's right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
You know, staying present in this season, staying present
Yeah,
and enjoying the right now and enjoying what this season has to offer. Because if we're just thinking about what's ahead or behind us, we're not really enjoying the right now. And so that's one thing that's important about fall too, is to be in that present moment. So by
Mhm.
doing, like, going to harvest festivals and reconnecting with people,
Yeah,
by cleaning out your garden and reconnecting with the earth and staying grounded, and all these different activities that you can do in the fall that won't be available to you later, just enjoy that and be present in
Mhm.
that moment. And like I said, that's going to help build your resilience too as you go into winter. And then you can find those activities in winter that
Yeah,
kind of bring out that presence of mind as well.
yeah, yeah. Um, Speaking of oils and diffusing, I have oil of the month club that I belong to, and the oil for September is self-aware, and it's been fun to use that every day, and you use it every day of the month just to help you get in tune with that. And the self-aware one has been really fun, and maybe in October we can talk about the October one. And it's just cool how they go along with the seasons. And so the self-aware, you know, it really goes with this time of year. That's what we're doing in the fall, is being more aware of things around us and paying attention, that we talk about all the time on the podcast, paying attention to your emotions and what's coming for you and what's going on within you, and journaling about it and doing things like that to stay self-aware, you know, because we don't want to turn into zombies and not be aware, not being, you know, aware of what's going on within us, because then we can understand ourselves better and the people around us too, and be aware of people's moods around you and what they're going through, because the light does affect people, and some people might feel a little crabbier, a little more withdrawn, or you know, sometimes people get a little more depressed when the light is starting to get shorter and shorter in the fall season. So pay attention to that and do things that can help you with that. Start amping up your vitamin D and taking mood.
Yeah,
Different
right.
vitamins that can help you, so just being aware of what's going on and how you're feeling and staying in that festive mode more. Then you don't get so bogged down with it, I think. And if you're doing things and enjoying the season, then you're not just sitting back and observing everybody and everything.
Give yourself that chance to be present and enjoy
Right. Yep.
what's going on right now around you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And pay attention to what's going on and what you want to do. Pick and choose. Don't get yourself too busy that you're not enjoying it and you're just feeling overwhelmed because there's so much going on. Pick the things that you know are going to bring you some joy and go do some things. Go on a little nature walk or go hiking in the woods or go to the lake. Even though it's not lake time anymore, it's still really awesome to spend time. I love going to the lake in the fall and enjoying the colors of the trees and
the fresh breeze over the water and
yeah.
the sound of the water.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful time to go to the lakes.
I love to fish in the fall and
yeah,
it being outside in the fall is just the best. I think it's so fun.
It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is. I love fall. That's why when we get a fall up here in the north, I get excited about it because I just love it. I love the fall. It's really about the weather and, like you said, the time of the year. There's so much to look forward to, but there's so much in this present moment to enjoy and to kind of watch that unfold is one of the joys of life. And just allow yourself to have that joy. And that's another piece is just allowing yourself to be more present in the moment. So even if you do have a lot going on, to be present in it. So like, let's say you're a mom and you take your kids to football, right? You can be there and enjoy that crisp breeze that washes over you as you're watching your kids, and you can enjoy the sunshine as it's shining down on you because it's going to get darker and darker. So enjoy that sun, and you can enjoy the sounds of the kids, and so you can be present even if you're busy. You can be in the moment even if you're busy. You can allow yourself that time to enjoy even if you're busy. So you can give yourself those moments, even if you're doing a whole bunch of other things, but allow yourself those moments to be present.
It's so fun I have 2 grandsons now that play football. And so I try to take turns because they usually are on the same night of games and one lives a couple hours away, but I try to do every other week to be able to. And I'm not a huge football fan, but it's been fun to learn about it as we go. And, it's just fun it feels good to be outside and to be enjoying the time while you're outside. And it's awesome. So anything else we want to cover about moving into the fall?
We really touched on a lot of the pieces we wanted to talk about.
Here's one thing, just to nurture yourself more, and now's a good time to really do a detox if you want to detox from summer or from the busyness. Maybe you want to cut down on your screen time or cut down on being on social media or just kind of give yourself a break from some of the things that you get bogged down by normally, and doing a cleanse or something like that is really good too. Detoxing from sugar for a little bit because the holidays are coming up and we know we won't be detoxing then probably. So, do some of those things now to get your body feeling really good to go into winter. It's important to do that.
Extra movement, extra clean food, all good things, extra water.
It's awesome. So, all right. Should we pull some cards?
Let's talk about the energy.
Favorite part.
Let's talk about the energy of this season. It's going to be a lot of fun to see it unfold because it is really crazy right now, which to me feels like a shift. And
Yeah,
that's always exciting. Shifts are opportunities.
right.
And, it all depends on what attitude you have going forward out of the shift.
Into a shift, yeah.
Into the shift and out of the
And
shift.
coming out of a
It
shift, yeah.
all matters. And
Yeah.
so, we're
Yeah.
all about taking that positive momentum and moving forward with it. So let's see what we get for some messages for all of us for the energy for this new season.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love this deck. So the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Colette Baron Reed.
Yes.
Love it. And Alberto.
Yeah.
Violdo. Love him.
Those are awesome cards. So they just came out with this little mini deck that's easy to carry in your purse now.
Yeah, I told Tracy about it, and so of course she had to get
And
it
of
also.
course I got it, and I have the regular size deck, but
Yeah.
they're bigger, so it's harder to carry around with you. These are so awesome.
I know these fit right in a purse, or even, I mean, not really necessarily in a pocket, but like in a jacket pocket,
Yeah.
or in your purse or
Your
something.
purse, it's perfect, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Easy.
this deck I just got today too. And it's messages from the spirits of nature oracle, so it's perfect for this time. Perfect for a conversation today. I just noticed that. But it's by Stephen Farmer. And he's I have his animal spirit deck too. That's awesome. He wrote that book we have about the animal spirit guides.
I do love Stephen Farmer.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
good.
amazing. He always has so many cool insights into nature spirits.
Yeah.
I love his work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a couple cards just pop their way out, just fall right out. They're like, yep, this is what we're doing today. I said, got my last one. I'm doing 3 for this one.
I guess I'm gonna do that one first.
I guess she's a coming.
These are still stiff. But this one was popping out.
Beautiful.
Oh. Oh. That's perfect too. Okay. I'm making a mess.
The last one you just pulled is apple tree. Shocking.
Good one. Good for this time of year.
Exactly.
The orchards are filled with apples. We have crab apples everywhere in our backyard right now.
Oh yeah, we
That's
have crab apples.
Yeah.
The robins are gonna have a heyday in the spring, I tell you what.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so the first one I have is the sacrifice. And it might be a little bit hard to see, but I'll try to get you the colors at least. So this one is filled with reds and oranges and blues and teals and just such beautiful colors, really fall colors, of course, because I mean we are talking about the energy of fall. But part of what this card is kind of indicating for us is to think about all of the hard work that we've put in and all the sacrifices we've done this year and all the things that we've worked so hard to accomplish, and to ground in within ourselves the fact that we have so beautifully accomplished so much this year. We've all been working so hard, and to ground into the fact that you have accomplished something, to realize within yourself that, even if everything's not completed yet, we're on the very edge of harvesting, whether we're talking about harvest season or even harvesting the fruits of our labors for the year. Really ground into the fact that you have accomplished a lot this year. Give yourself that praise that I've done this, I've accomplished this, I really have. Ground within yourself and give yourself some accolades for the stuff that you have done this year, the things that you've accomplished this year, the things that are good about you, and that's one of the things that's really important as we're giving and giving and giving, and we're working and working and working. We need to allow ourselves to know that we are worthy of our time and attention and love too, and to give some of that to yourself. and give back to yourself, and also it's a reminder to stay grounded. We talked about, especially this season can be super busy for a lot of people, especially families, and to remember to stay grounded in nature. So take those moments to be present. And also remember that in service to others, the teal color is really about service. In service to others, you also need to be of service to yourself so that you can continue to give. So stay grounded in your energy, and that'll allow you to have more energy to do the things that you want and to give, and to also continue through this busy harvest season so that you're ready for winter and that rest that comes with it. And just to stay present with that. And this one really speaks to nature. It has lots of nature animals, spirit energy in it, and it has butterflies and bird energy and things. And so it's just about remembering to stay connected and not to disconnect just because your mind is so busy. Stay grounded so that you can stay connected to yourself and your inner wisdom. You can stay connected to everyone around you. You can stay connected to nature as well in this time, right before nature will be harder to come by. So that's the first one.
I love it.
What do you have for your first one, Tracy?
My first one is a cedar tree and wisdom. So, a lot of nature too. I don't know if you can see that. I have our camera far away today.
It is pretty far away. Cedar.
But the wisdom, pay attention to the wisdom of nature when you're around it, and watch the animals and the plants and the trees and see what they're doing. If you learn to watch them, you can tell when, if it's going to be an early winter or if it's going to be a nice fall. You can usually kind of tell by watching the animals if the birds are flying south early, or what's going on in nature. And it also reminds me that the trees have big roots, and they are grounded and they're strong in their groundedness. And just a reminder to stay grounded and use those tree oils and put them on your feet in the fall. And that really helps you ground to the earth, and you'll feel more grounded. You'll notice a difference, and you'll get a lot more done if you are busy, and you'll feel more confident in what you're doing. So use that wisdom of the trees. And trees are all connected under the ground, and we can use that groundedness and that connection if we are out in nature and feel that, and know that everything is connected. No matter what, we're all connected with everything, and we forget that sometimes and don't pay attention. So start paying close attention to those messages that you get when you're in nature. Yeah.
What are some of the wood or tree oils that people could use?
There is like sandalwood. There are a lot of different pine woods, cedar wood, patchouli, palo santo, all of those.
Is one of my favorites. Like resins are great.
Yeah, the resiny ones. Any of those are good. My favorite one is called Terra, and I use that. It's a blend of the earthier oils, and I put that on my feet, especially in the winter, to help me get through the winter. So because I'm a barefoot person, I love to be barefoot, and I'm in my yard barefoot all the time. So when in the winter, when you can't stand on the earth, that really is hard for me to get through sometimes in the winter. So the oils really help to put them on your feet, and it really is good. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to kind of bring forward, because not everybody works with oils,
right?
To give them some ideas of ones to look for.
Yeah, and once you get hooked on using oils, it's just natural for me. I don't even think about it. I'm just putting oils on every day, and different ones. But yeah, winter is really an important time to use them if you, and maybe we'll do a special podcast on using oils for winter or going into the winter.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, but because it really does help you get through those winter days and to help ease into and not get so many of the sad effects or, the seasonal disorder stuff. So it really has helped me, that along with taking vitamin D.
Yes, vitamin D has become an essential part of my life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's the wisdom trees. I love it.
Wonderful.
Okay, what's your next?
So the next one I have is the seer. And it's really a shamanistic card.
Mhm. That one.
Yeah. And this one, I mean, one of the first things that comes to me um is hawk energy. And really thinking about how the hawks represent strength, and they represent resilience, and they represent ease in the way that they conduct themselves. And just reminding yourself that you have this inner strength within you, and to call upon that as you get to be maybe a little bit discombobulated in the energy of the changing and the shifting of the season, that you have an inner strength that you can call upon. You have that inner calm and that inner wisdom within yourself if you choose to look for it and you choose to use it. And just to keep in mind that that strength is always there for you, and that you're always connected to all that is, and there's always that support for you if you ever start to get a little bit like in your head. A lot of us get a lot in our heads right now this time of the year, and so it's along with the grounding, remember that there's an inner wisdom and an inner strength within you, and a part of you that's always connected to the source of all that is. In that God energy. And so keep that in mind as we're moving through this season. And if you start to get a little bit lost or a little discombobulated, to bring yourself back to center. And remember that inner wisdom. And I know that there's something in here, so I'm going to read this one as well. I don't always read the cards, but this one I just, if I'm called to, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I listen to my own inner wisdom every day. Okay. So, the essence of this card. The seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The seer can read between the lines and understand what is being said. He represents the power of clarity in being able to recognize patterns. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen, to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and your vision is clear.
I love that. Really good.
Following your inner guidance. What do we teach you and tell you guys to try all the time is following your own intuitive guidance, following that inner wisdom that's always a part of you. And this is an invitation to that, as to call upon your own inner strength and wisdom through the season.
Yeah. My next one is water, the lifeblood. So water is one of the most important things in our universe beside air.
Absolutely.
So and the card is really a lot of blue on it, so that has a lot to do with speaking your truth and using your voice for the good, and just staying true to who you are, using your authentic self, and speaking your truth when things don't feel good to you. Let people know that, and you know, you can do it in a gentle way and allow people to hear your truth because it's important. You know, sometimes we don't think about how important our our knowledge and our information that we hold within us is to other people. But when you share that with others, it really can make a huge difference in the world. So use that. Also the water is so important to your body. Maybe take a look at, are you drinking enough water every day? And is your body utilizing that water? Sometimes if you aren't, you know, sometimes your body isn't using that water, you're drinking it in, but you're just peeing it out. You might need some salt in your diet and in your water. I mix mineral salt, not in this bottle, I didn't, but normally at home, I put a pinch of mineral salt in my water every time I drink a glass of water. And you'll notice that your body uses that water instead of just, you know, every 10 minutes, you
It
know.
helps to absorb it
Yeah,
into the system.
it really helps to hydrate your cells and your brain and everything, where our bodies are made up of water. So pay attention to that and make it a point to, in this fall, using water more, drinking it more. Taking a salt bath is good,
Yeah.
and that helps detox you too. So remember that water, it says on the card, water is your lifeblood. So it really is. And if you can be in water, you know, it might be starting to get too cool to be going in the lake or whatever,
Depends
but
on who you are.
yeah, it depends who you are, yeah. And you know, polar plunges are good, so use that. That is a really good thing to help your mental wellness and to help your pain if you have pain in your joints. Being in water more you can, the better you are, I feel like. So do that and also be aware. Don't pollute the water around you. Don't, you know, don't waste water when you can help it, and be good to the environment. Don't, you know, don't leave garbage by the lake or by the river, or add to the pollutants in there. Be kind to our earth, and all these cards are about the earth, but
Appreciate what we have.
yeah, appreciate what we have so that we'll have it forever, you know. And yeah, just pay attention to your intake of water. That's what I'm really getting is use your voice and drink water.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get enough
Mhm.
water for their bodies every day, and
Yeah.
they're constantly dehydrated, and that's one of the reasons a lot of people are so tired all the time too.
Right.
They don't realize that one of the reasons they're so tired is they're not getting enough water for their body to function
Mhm.
properly.
Yeah. Or getting headaches. A lot of times
Oh,
that's
yes.
because you're
Headaches.
dehydrated, you know, or if you have a foggy mind, a lot of times that's because you're dehydrated. So really pay attention to that and what's going on in your body, and a lot of times you feel hungry, but really you're thirsty.
Yep.
So start paying attention to that, and you'll feel a lot better if you're drinking more water, for sure.
Yeah. The first thing I ask anyone when they tell me they have a headache, how much water have you drank today?
Yeah.
Have you been drinking water?
Yeah.
And you know, and that kind of reminds you, oh yeah, well, I've only had like 3 cups of water this whole day.
Yeah.
Well, that's not enough.
Right.
If you think 3 cups of water in one day is not enough, it's not by far.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I once had somebody tell me you should be drinking your weight in ounces every day. You know, I
Yeah.
would say, you know, take
Half
your
your
take
weight, I
your
think,
weight,
is,
yeah, and cut it in half.
yeah.
That's how many ounces you should be drinking of water every
Right.
day.
Yeah.
If you're not there right now, just work your way up to it. And that's one of
Yeah.
those things. Sometimes you have to work your way up to it if you're not so used to that.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite tricks is to do warm water or
Mm.
tea
Yeah,
because warm water absorbs more readily into your system. So
Yeah.
you're not going to the bathroom all the time.
yeah,
So for people that tell me that they can't get more water, I'm like, well, drink warm water,
yeah,
or
Yeah.
hot water, because
Yeah.
that's going to absorb into your system. You're not going to be going to the bathroom constantly, which people are usually worried about when you say drink more water.
yeah, 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 so do that, pay attention to that, and notice your body. Okay, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? If I have a headache, have I drank water today? If I'm feeling scattered, have I drank enough water today? That a lot of times that's what the problem is that you haven't had enough water, so. I
Something
always
so
look at
simple.
that, yeah, really easy.
I think we did a whole podcast almost about water.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one time.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah,
It's
it's
so
so
important.
important and something that is overlooked a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
So I have the next one here, and it's Upper World. It's a whole bunch of blues.
Again, blue.
All the blues. Yeah. I mean, very watery, very cloud-like, very spiritual. And this one is really interesting. We are moving towards the cooler months. We're moving in a lot of energy right now. One of the things that we talked about earlier that really comes to mind when I see this is to really think about what mindset am I bringing forward in this shift?
Mhm.
What mindset, what attitude, how am I feeling right now? And how can I bring that forward into the shift in a way that brings me more towards where I want to be? So think about, where am I at right now? Am I where I want to be right now? Am I feeling the way that I want to be right now? And if not, it might be a really good time to pivot so that spiritually I can move forward during the shift and kind of have a catapult forward towards the things that I'm wanting in my life and the way that I want to feel come winter, so that I can continue to have that resilience. It's
Mm,
really about lightening your mood. And that's one of the pieces that's kind of here. I mean, this one has like wings and clouds and things. But for me, it just feels like you need to really lighten yourself up.
mhm.
Especially a lot of people are getting a little discombobulated, like I said, with all the energy and all the busyness and all the things that they're doing right now during this season. It's really important to lighten it up. And that's why being present in the moment is so important, because when
Yeah.
you're present only in this moment, there's no worries, there's no cares, there's no things. It's just this moment and what's happening, and I'm enjoying it.
Mhm.
And when you do that, it lightens up your whole spirit, lightens your attitude. It allows you to just enjoy in that moment, because you don't have all of the things clogging up your mind in this moment. You're just in the energy of right now. And that's all we really have is right now. This right
Yeah.
now moment is the right now moment. And that moment just keeps going forward. It's one eternal moment. So you have so much power if you allow yourself to be present and to sit right here and to allow your energy to lighten up and just enjoy.
Mm,
And if you can carry that with you into the fall and into this winter, think
Yeah.
about how much more resilience you have if you come into it with a positive attitude. What I'm looking forward to, what I'm enjoying right now, how many things there are to enjoy right now,
Right.
and the things that I'm excited about in this moment, the things that this is just such a pleasant feeling. Like, I love that cool breeze, and I love the sound of the leaves falling, and I love the smell of the leaves. I just I love that. Like,
Mhm.
dead leaves on the ground is like the most wonderful smell. I don't know why.
I know.
Like, why is that a wonderful? I don't know.
I love it
And then you
too.
like mulch them up with your grass, and you have cut grass and leaves. It's
Yeah.
like wonderful. So there's so much to enjoy if
Yeah.
you choose it. So it's about finding those gold nuggets in every single day. It's about being present in this one moment so that you can lighten up your energy and lighten up the way that you feel and lighten up your attitude, so that as you go towards these winter months, you go with the attitude of lightness and of play and of fun and of enjoyment.
Yeah.
And that helps to bring you into a winter that you can experience the same. And maybe you can experience the calm
Mm,
and the introspection and enjoy that this
Right.
winter. So it's all about bringing that light attitude forward and finding a way to do that. And most of the way to do that is to stay present as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That feels so good. I love that card.
Me too.
The next one is the apple tree and abundance. So, the fall is all about abundance and reaping the harvest, and see if I can get the light in there, right? There's a bunch of apples in that tree if you can't see it on the camera, but enjoying the abundance that's around us right now. The gardens are lush and there's plenty of food for us if in nature right now. And people like to forage, so mushrooms are good right now to go looking for.
That's one of my favorite things to do is mushroom hunting.
And even if you don't like to eat them, it's fun to just identify them and go see all the different kinds that there are. There's so many in our yard lately, and I live in town, so it's just cool because it's been a moist year. We have them all over in our yard. But the apple trees are all fruitful, and there's an abundance of apples this year, I think, and at least around here, and enjoy that abundance in the area. Buy things from local farmers, buy from local markets, and enjoy the harvest that these people have worked so hard all summer to give us, and help them out by buying from them rather than the big box stores, and just keep that abundance going in our communities. It's so important to do that. And besides, the buying from a local person who has worked hard in their garden all year is usually a lot better food for our bodies.
Yeah.
Because there's not so much chemicals being used and so many, harsh chemicals to wash them and stuff. You get them from the farmer's market and there's still dirt from the garden, and
They're raised with love, and that energy
it's
goes into the food, and that makes it more nutrient dense.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah, you can really notice if you start to pay attention to that. You'll notice your body feels so much better eating local foods than it does from buying at a big box store. So
I know when I eat food from my own garden, it tastes so much better, and I enjoy it so much, and I feel really good when I eat it.
yeah.
And that's one thing about food, is feeling good when you eat it.
Mhm.
And to eat foods that make you feel good when you eat them, and the more that you pay attention to that too, the better you'll feel as well. And all this fresh food that we have, I mean, it's wonderful. This is such a wonderful time for you to improve your health and get ready for that season coming up, where it's going to be cooler and we won't have as much of that, but we can also enjoy that quiet, introspective moments too.
Yeah, it's fun to enjoy this abundant time, and that's what this season is all about, is enjoying the fruits of our labors from all the summer and spring. So do that, enjoy the things that are coming around right now, and the things that are in season. Also, just working and working and working, and now is the time to enjoy the fruits of our labors, even, physically. Maybe we've been working really hard at staying healthier all summer, and now we can enjoy that. We can feel that in our bodies, and really take a look at that, and notice that we are doing better in our lives, and pay attention around you again.
Enjoy the abundance of the things that you have. Enjoy what you have in the moment. Enjoy all the things that are coming to you, because abundance is always present in our lives if we choose to look for it.
Right.
I mean, abundance doesn't just mean money. Abundance means abundance of joy and fun experiences and surprises and delights, and the little gold moments of every day. All of that is abundance. All of it is evidence of abundance.
It doesn't mean just money or just food or whatever. It's our whole lives. Enjoy all of that abundance and everything, the community and friendships and, getting together, gathering with people and all of that is awesome, abundant.
Mhm. Abundance is a fun word, and it's one that I love because it really does encompass so much of our lives, and so to think about abundance as a wider concept could be really helpful to you too in
Yeah.
attracting more of it in all the ways.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so if you find ways that you are abundant, I'm abundant in
Mhm.
love, I'm abundant in enjoyment, I'm abundant in fun little moments in my life.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to start to think about that too, where it opens up your idea of abundance, which allows you to receive more of it
Yeah.
as well in all the areas of your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. When you're living in that, you're drawing more of it to you. So, yeah. Awesome. Should we pull a couple of these too?
Well, why not?
I love this.
We
stuff.
have so much
I love
fun
every
doing this
day.
kind of stuff
I love this.
together.
I say that about every deck, but
Kind of reminds me of when we do our galleries and we just kind of
yeah,
we just keep going because it's
Yeah.
so much fun and we're
Yeah.
all having fun and we're all just yeah, the energy is wonderful.
it is.
It's fun to just enjoy this time together and talking about the
Yeah.
energy and how we're all moving forward together.
Pick this yellow one that's sticking out.
Okay, this one looks good.
Contemplation. So, it's pretty much been the theme of our whole thing. Just paying attention to what's going on around you, thinking about that, contemplating on what you want your life to look like moving forward and thinking about that when you are thinking about that and projecting that out, that's gonna come to you. So it's a beautiful card. A lot of colors and um there's every color in the rainbow on this card, and it's really it looks really abundant like our last card. So just spend some time contemplating on what you want your life to look like moving forward. Are there things that you can let go of now and replace with something better, or moving forward and letting things go that aren't serving you? Now is the time to do that, moving into a new season. So maybe do some journaling on that. What do you want your life to look like? There's a really cool quote, and I don't know if I can say it the right way, but about it's an artist dreams their painting and then paints their dream. So do that with your life right now. Contemplate on what you want your life to look like and how you want to move forward in that, and do that. It'll come to you if you pay attention to that and keep that in the forefront of your mind. So
As you were talking, Tracy, so I've been listening to a symposium the last few days, and one of my favorite parts of it was this woman, Mary. She's super famous, wonderful coach who's brought forward beautiful things for people and women in general. And one of the things that she was told when she had one of her kidneys fail her, and she was having all these things, but she had someone come to her and they told her, they said, everything is created twice. And she's like, well, what does that mean? So everything is created twice. So think about this. How does anything begin? Everything begins with a thought. So without a thought of the thing, it can't be then created.
right.
So our thought creates first, and then it becomes.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about contemplation, nothing can begin without that first thought. So with that first thought, you're creating. So what is it that you want to create moving forward?
Yeah.
So begin with the thought, and that thought creates the things. So begin where you want your life to be. What do you want it to look like? That's a very powerful thing. Thought is super powerful. You think about how all of our creationists say that that this universe was created. It was created with a thought, with a
Mhm.
spoken word.
Yeah,
It began with that one first contemplation.
yeah.
And so you, being the creator of your life, you're the co-creator of your
Mhm.
life, you create by beginning with that first thought.
Yeah.
What do I want for my life? What is it that I want? If you begin there, that thought begins to create the next section of your life. And how beautiful is that?
Yeah,
There's so much power there.
right. Yeah,
We're
I love
powerful,
that.
creative beings, and it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. So good.
I knew it would all come together. It always does.
Yeah, it always does.
Do you think we're complete with that one?
I think so.
Okay, so the last one that I have is adventure.
Oh, awesome.
It's tons of greens and they're in the universe. Love it. Blues, of course, because I'm obviously it's a blue day.
It is. I have blue on
I
too.
know that of course we do.
Yeah, we're always matching
We're
that.
always matching. I love it. And what's wonderful about this is it's again a reminder to be playful, to go on adventures.
Yeah,
You can have little mini adventures during the day.
right.
Take your kids to the park and play in the leaves.
Mhm.
Just go outside and enjoy the breeze. Go on a little adventure mushroom hunting.
Right.
That's something, even if you don't know how to identify mushrooms, you can go play and go, ooh, that's a different one, and that's a different one, and that's a
Yeah.
different one. Just go outside and enjoy those little mini adventures that you can have by
Mhm.
yourself or with your kids or with your spouse or your significant other or just a friend.
Yeah.
Think about all the different things that you could do to be playful in
Mhm.
this time and have those little adventures. Have a big adventure, if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Some people go south for the winter and they have adventures as they go
Right.
down there. So think about your life as a series of little adventures
Mhm.
and be playful about it. And that will also help you in this fall to kind of really bring that positive, fun energy forward because life is supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
Have some fun.
yeah.
You can have fun in the little moments. You can have fun at your kids' football game and you can make jokes and you can enjoy the different things that are around you and get to know somebody new. There's so many things that you can do. Life is filled with possibility of adventure.
Right. Yeah.
So seek out those possibilities.
Mm.
Look for possibilities and they'll begin to come to you. Possibilities for little fun adventures.
Yeah, yeah. It's so fun to do that. And even learning something new. Look in your continuing ed at your local college or whatever. They always are offering classes,
Yeah.
or a museum might be offering some classes, and
We might be offering
just
some classes.
yeah, we might be. So, you can find a class on anything you could ever want to learn it online or in your local communities. So think of something that you've always wanted to learn and go on that adventure of learning something new. And you don't have to leave your house if you don't want to, but outside adventures are a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can have an adventure in your house.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
lots of adventures you can have.
Yeah, yeah. So have some fun. Do some things that you haven't done before. Look at life in with a new perspective for the fall. Do something different. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit and have some fun.
Yeah, every moment is a new opportunity.
Right.
And think about that. So if you've created these moments before in a certain way, maybe they've been very serious. Each moment that you have is a new opportunity to change that if you want to.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just because you were a certain way right then doesn't mean you can change it right now. Why not?
yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Live your life without judgment of yourself and allow yourself
Right.
to shift into a new mode of being that you want to be in. A lot of people say that they feel stuck, you're never stuck. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, you might be stuck in the way that you're thinking and thinking you can't get out of it. Well, then you're right.
Yeah.
But if you think I can and I could choose to do something different and I could choose to go on an adventure, you know what? I've been really serious. I'm going to go on an adventure today.
Yeah.
Then go on an adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a 5-minute adventure. It could be a whole day adventure. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I love to go out into the woods and just kind of look around and see
Uh-huh.
what's coming up and stuff,
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we're teaching my niece is mushroom hunting.
Cool.
She's learning all about it with her grandpa and with me and so she'll go out and point different things out to me and I'll be like, Hazel, can you eat that? She'll go, no, that one's not good to eat. I'm like, okay, great. We're not going to eat that one, And
That's
we
awesome.
teach her like what to do and what not to do. And, so allow yourself to go on those adventures,
Mhm.
whether they're with others or by yourself. Have some fun.
Yeah,
Have some fun.
yeah, yeah. It's so good.
We have lots of fun. Have
Yeah,
some fun.
yeah, always, fun every day. If you're out walking in the park that you walk in every day or all the time in the same place, get off the bike path and walk along the edge. Look at different ways that you can make something maybe mundane or that you've done day after day, make it different by taking a different route, or you'll see different things if you walk the other way around the park instead of the way you usually go.
Yeah.
So just make it fun. And something my husband and I do almost every day. Whether we're working in the same place or not, or he's out of town working, we always have coffee together on FaceTime if we're not together, or together, and we always do cheers to Happy New Year. We say Happy New Year every day. So, it's never too late to change your path and to do something different. So make it fun and make your life an adventure.
Every moment's an opportunity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Well, that wraps it up, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
So Tracy.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, I hope this gives you some ideas to move forward for the season of fall and to enjoy it to its fullest.
Yeah.
Because it is an awesome, awesome season.
It is wonderful.
Mhm.
We both love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So Tracy, I was going to ask you.
Yes.
So if people are interested in talking with you in some fashion or seeing what you're up to these days,
Yeah.
where can they find you on said interwebs?
You can always find me at inspiredsignals.com. I have links to all my stuff there and my favorite things. And, if you're just on Facebook and Instagram, I'm there too at Inspired Signals. So that is a good place. How about you, Carissa?
We're gonna laugh every time we talk about my website.
Hang out on the interwebs.
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. You can find us collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace.
Yeah.
You can find us here on YouTube, is where we're doing this first iteration of our podcast on SoulSpace Podcast. Nothing else. SoulSpace Podcast.
Yeah.
So at SoulSpace Podcast. And then also my Square site, which is light-of-hope-healing.square.site. Light of Hope Healing, lots of dashes, .square.site. But if you go to my Facebook page, you can click the link to my Square site, and it'll be much easier than trying to type it in.
Trying to remember where the dashes go.
Just play with it. See if you find the right site. I don't know. That could be an adventure.
There's an adventure for you. Yeah.
Create your own adventure.
Yeah.
Find Carissa's website.
Yeah. That's good.